Activists. Yes. Once the proud domain of protests, boycotts, civil disobedience, and actually giving a damn about things that matter, activism has seen its perception fall somewhat in recent years. When many of us think of activism now, we think of posting black squares on Instagram, writing "this" under someone else's story, or wearing a t-shirt that says, "I stand with whatever," which was likely made in a sweatshop by child labour. Now, first off, I want to make it clear that this video isn't a criticism of activist causes, only the methods. I'm not against activism in general, just the form that it's taken in recent years, leading to its current image problem. To those of you responsible, you know who you are. Also, this is my first video topic by request, so thanks, and keep the suggestions coming. Anyway, activism used to be about actually doing something to bring about change. Now, it's just about looking like you're doing something. Cosplay activism, if you will. How can I make this about me? TM. These days, people support causes like they're phone models. Anything worth shouting about is only worth the effort if it's in vogue, which usually only lasts a few months. So long as it has a slogan that makes for trendy badges or t-shirts though, then a tide of useful idiots is all but guaranteed. It's not a cause at this point, it's just a brand. It's not uncommon though for people suffering an identity crisis to pour themselves into activism. No friends, no hobbies, no personality, no problem. Here's an outlet for your frustration, along with an unhealthy dose of moral superiority for you to bring to every conversation. Activism becomes an identity. Flags, slogans, etc. It's all part of the aesthetic. Anything to fill the void of purpose within your soul. And just like any other hobby, if you get bored, wait a couple of weeks. There'll be something new for you to latch onto by then. Here are some signs you might be a cosplay activist. You only care about a cause when it's trending. You think slapping a sticker on your profile picture counts as activism. You care more about being seen at a protest than the actual message it's trying to get across. You use words like ally, awareness, and representation, even though you couldn't define them if your oat milk latte depended on it. Bonus points if you've mastered the art of fake crying. Now, you may think you're raising awareness. The problem is, when you attach yourself to genuinely noble causes and then carry on like a pork chop, people start to associate the message with the method. You end up fostering more resentment than support. But that's okay. Without haters, who would you have to beat over the head and feel superior to? I remember when vegan protesters clogged up the CBD in my city a few years back, causing chaos for people trying to get to and from work. You know what this made people want to do? Go buy KFC so they could eat it in front of the protesters. The point is, being a pest does get people's attention, just not the right kind of attention. At the end of the day, you're doing more harm than good to movements that, at their core, are ultimately well-intentioned. But really, if your follower count grows, what does it matter? You don't care about justice, you just want one-upmanship. A dominance hierarchy, based on who's the most vocally virtuous. Something to justify your own smug self-importance. If you want to do something that matters, volunteer, donate, face down riot police in a country where freedom of expression is illegal. I know that it's a bit rich for me to be telling people what to do, but I genuinely believe that responsible, well-intentioned, and unselfish activism is extremely important in our society. That's why we need to make a point of doing it properly. But still, why is performative activism a thing? Because, if Greta Thunderbird taught us anything, it's that visibility equals virtue. Because nobody wants to fix problems anymore, they just want to be seen standing near them, with good lighting. Because these days, a cause is just an accessory to complete one's identity costume. Because genuine, humble, meaningful activism is too much work for too little attention. Often being slow, messy, thankless, financially burdensome, uncomfortable, and dangerous. So why do all that when you can simply slap on a badge, hit share, and tell yourself you're still contributing? Performance activism is all about moral grandstanding, attention farming, trend hopping, empty gestures, and slogans on overpriced hoodies. That's all people really notice these days. As always, please like, subscribe, and share if you agree. Remember, you're helping to raise awareness in doing so. Sorry, I couldn't resist adding that last part. Also, feel free to leave a comment about which type of activists annoy you the most. Thanks for watching. Bye.